Well, welcome to another Content Modeling Weekly course lesson. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. As always, there is my email address. Feel free to send me an email, marcelo@headlesscreator.com. Send me any questions you have. I'll gladly return them, usually within 24 hours. I'll take care of it. Today, in the Content Modeling Weekly course, I'm going to show you, in this particular lesson, I'm going to show you how to create a rules content model. You know, there are times in content that you only want to display to certain kinds, to certain audiences or certain delivery channels. So what we need to start and create here is a rules engine or a rules content model that allows us to expand the rules and provide a variety of rules, right? So this is a three-part series. We're going to start today with the rule engine or the rule content model, with one of the rules being audiences. In part 2 and 3, we're going to expand into delivery channels and tags, and you can see how you can make that more scalable for your business needs in the future. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But as you guys know how this works, I'm going to tell you about, real quick, headlesscreator.com. For those of you watching live right now, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. But register. It's 100% free. You get access to everything. You can see here the lesson we're going to be doing today. But if you go to courses and you go to upcoming, you can see a lot of upcoming lessons, tons. And the only way to get access to these lessons is through creating an account. So go to headlesscreator.com, create your account. You'll have access to the Content Modeling Weekly course, which has tons of lessons. I have 6 courses focused, each of them focused on a particular headless CMS, so choose the one that you're using. And then also this one that will keep you up to date on the latest headless technology, Discover Headless Tech. So definitely go get your account. It's, like I said, it's 100% free. And you can go from there and enjoy all the on-demand stuff. All right, enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and remove this here, and what we're going to do is we're going to restart the intro, because for the on-demand version, which will be available right after I'm done with this, we're actually going to have no marketing at all. So I'm just going to restart the intro. It'll be a nice clean version for the on-demand version, and we will see you in just 10 seconds. Well, hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Content Modeling Weekly course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. Like always, get a hold of me right there, marcelo@headlesscreator.com. That's my email address. Feel free to send me an email. Today's lesson we rescheduled for those of you watching live. We had it originally for the morning, but we had a major power outage that had no electricity anywhere here. It was all dark. So finally got everything up, and if something happens, you know what happened. So we'll keep our fingers crossed here. Murphy's Law. Today's lesson is focused on creating a rules content model that allows you to apply rules to any of your content types and dictate via your delivery channels how that content will be displayed. So for example, let's say you want to limit some blog articles to certain audiences, right? Like, for example, dog lovers versus cat lovers, or techie people, right? So you can create all these audiences and then say, okay, these blogs are only for these audiences. What we're going to focus in this lesson, this is part 1 of a 3-part series. We're going to focus on creating the rules engine, and then we're going to attach, then we're going to create rules, one for audiences today. But then in the future, or in the next lessons, we're going to focus on delivery channels and creating rules for tags. And then you will be able to see how you can expand that to whatever rules you need for your business. So, alrighty, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and share my screen. There we go. There's my screen. Of course, that's Headless Creator. Let's go into the content model here. And all right. And by the way, those of you watching live, this is available on demand as well, and you'll have access to the mural board as well. But you have to get your free account at headlesscreator.com. All right, I said no marketing, but I got to do a little marketing. All right, so let's start with, we said we're going to talk about audiences and being able to apply to content types certain rules. So why don't we assume we have a content type? For example, let's say we have a content type called FAQ, where we just have frequently asked questions. But we're going to keep it simple: title, body, and we know we want to apply rules. So we're going to have a field called rules. Now, what happens in that field, we don't know yet. But let's make this all one color with rules, knowing that it's going to be a reference to some content type. So then we're also going to have audiences. In this particular one of the rules is going to be audiences. So I know that I need audiences, and the audiences will have name and a code ID. Now, there's a couple of things you could do here. Let's say you want to track audiences in your Headless CMS. Well, you can create an audiences content type, and then you can have a users content type. And actually, this is singular audience. A user content type that has a first name, last name, let's say UID, and that's it for now. We'll just keep it simple. Now, of course, what you could do is you can say this audience has users, one too many, to user, right? And then it allows you to add as many users, and you can say, okay, this audience is made up of all these users. That's one way to do it. The way we're doing it where I work is we just have an audience with a code ID. Now, from the authoring perspective, they just need to know, hey, we're going to go to, pet lovers, or we're going to go to dog lovers, or we're going to go, whatever. That's the audience name with a code ID. Now, this is integrated into a system where all the users are located, right? And the groups are created there and managed there. We don't create them and manage them in the Headless CMS. It doesn't make sense to do that. You could, like I said, by doing what I just showed you, where you have the users like that. I would recommend managing users somewhere else, unless they're your Headless CMS users, but probably not. So we're going to have an audience content type that just tracks what kind of audience it is with a code ID for integrating into our user database. Perfect. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to create sort of the rules content type. So let's add a rules. So in a rule, we're going to have a name like